Huge day yesterday on the board, a clean 4-0 sweep. So we'll take a couple of risks here, but nothing too crazy as the goal is to continue to win you some money. 3 big picks, 4 big games. Let's start with the earliest one. It's a return of the new Bucks after that awful game 1 loss. And I think you're going to see the same here as they have a huge line against the Magic. But this is all about finding the right total here. And Fox Bet's going to give you even money plus 100 return for the under 223.5. Again, the biggest problem for Orlando is going to be scoring points, is going to be making buckets. We know the Bucks are going to put it on, but as they get closer to closing out this series, I think you'll see not as much firepower towards the end of the third, fourth quarter. You won't see as many starters deep into this game. It will technically give Orlando a shot to come back, but we've seen the depth of the Bucks, and we've seen a bunch of guys play quality minutes for Milwaukee. So I don't anticipate that even when Orlando will struggle to score for the majority of 3 quarters, all of a sudden they'll explode. The big thing is, when do starters come out and when does Milwaukee start to take their foot off the gas? I think it'll be about at least a quarter's worth of that. And that's why I still like this game to go under 223.5. And again, Fox Bet is going to give you even money. The Thunder are definitely backs to the wall right now. And unlike that Heat Pacers series, which I wouldn't touch because as much as I loved Indiana coming into this, they seem to be cooked. There is still this sense of inconsistency yet to find consistency with OKC, and not having Russell Westbrook again for Houston, knowing how hot and cold they can be. Look, Houston was not good in the first half. The Thunder just didn't take advantage of it. They had an opportunity to really extend a lead to double digits, but they did not. And I think now with the leadership of Chris Paul and more consistency on the floor, we've seen it where 2 games, half of the guys don't show up, and then half of the guys do show up, and then it rotates depending on the game. This is a game in which I do think they put it together. I'm not going to tell you that the Thunder are going to go out and beat the Rockets in the series, but if I can get them at plus 135, bet 365 with that, that's the best opportunity right there. I'm going to ride them, especially not taking the points and laying some juice on that. I think OKC comes out and wins this game. It's a focused game. It's a consistent game by everybody all at once, and you'll see the Thunder win this game. They're not going to win the series, but they may push it a little longer than people thought, especially because of them being down in this 2-0 hole to Houston without Russell Westbrook. The big game tonight, Lakers, Blazers. It's a big line. It's a heavy line in the bubble. We know anytime that you're laying over 6.5 points, you start to scratch your head and think, well, how viable is that backdoor cover? Don't worry. It's not going to happen tonight. You can feel more than confident and comfortable laying the Lakers at minus 7.5. You're going to get minus 110 at 888 Sports. That's pretty much the best you can do right now. It's okay. Lay a little juice. Take those 7.5 points, lay them as well. This will be a comfortable victory. 3 reasons. First, Damian Lillard. We don't really know the extent of the injury that he's dealing with. It looks like no surgery, but clearly he's going to be impacted on the floor. Number 2, LeBron James had one of his least most productive games, especially scoring, that we've seen. A couple of turnovers. It wasn't pretty for LeBron. He doesn't have those games in a row. It's not going to be 2-3 games like that in a row. Portland has not solved LeBron James. And most importantly, especially now with the absence of Zach Collins for the rest of this series and most likely for Portland's season, you don't have anybody at all that you can send waves at to Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is awake. Somebody woke him up. And now you're going to see the continued punishment up front from AD first and foremost. LeBron is basically a facilitator right now. It'd be nice to see 25, 28 points. You'll probably get somewhere in the mid-20s from LeBron, but expect another gigantic night for Anthony Davis. So we lay the 7.5, minus 110 at 888 Sports. Again, under 223.5. Even money at Fox Bet, plus 100 back there with the Bucks and the Magic. And yes, once again, we will ride the Thunder at plus 135, bet 365 as that for you. Enjoy the games. Good luck. For Odds Checker, I'm Eytan Shander.